Shai Bahashim Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before us, before them that taught us his truth, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan, back with the World War III daily update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. We're going to start right here, Jeremiah 51 and 46. We're going to read it in the NLT. But do not panic, don't be afraid when you hear the first rumor of approaching forces. For rumors will keep coming year by year. Violence will erupt in the land as the leaders fight against each other. Okay, now let's watch that in effect. Got Judge Napolitano, Judging Freedom, hour ago. Larry Johnson, did Israel plan to nuke Iran? Persia. And didn't talk about this, but this is right where they start talking about it. They spend just a little time on it. That's all I wanted to do, because this is largely being overlooked, just like they want this to go away, right? They don't want to scare everybody. Okay, so let's listen to what this is and get a couple of precepts on the way out and keep it short. Here we go.
What has our friend and colleague Pepe Escobar reported the Israelis contemplated or attempted to do to retaliate against Iran for Iran penetrating the Israeli defenses?
Pepe reported a couple of days ago that he had a
Pepe reported, I'm going to have to go to Matthew 24 and 6, all right? Go back on that because I interrupted him. Take it away.
Our friend and colleague Pepe Escobar reported the Israelis contemplated or attempted to do to retaliate against Iran for Iran penetrating the Israeli defenses.
Pepe reported a couple of days ago that he had a source in Asia that claimed the Israelis had launched an F-35 carrying a nuclear bomb that was designed to go off in the upper atmosphere and create what's called an electric magnetic pulse, an EMP, which was in theory designed to fry electrical systems and shut down electrical grids. But that this plane was shot down by the Russians, and the Pepe's source was saying, as the plane exited Georgia or Jordan. So you look at Jordan. Jordan's abutted sort of on the northeast part by Syria, and on the eastern part by Iraq. So it was either exiting into Syria or exiting into Iraq. We don't know, but that it was shot down. Well, I sent Pepe notes on this, that I had some problems with that, because one, that means that plane was, the Russians were going to be operating in airspace that's east of the Euphrates River, which has been sort of a unofficial demarcation between U.S. and Russian forces, air forces in Syria, going back to September of 2015. I know for a fact, through a friend of mine who served there, that in Al Udeid Air Force Base at the Combined Air Operations Center, where AFCENT, throw out all the acronyms, Air Force Central Command is based, that on a daily basis, the general that's in charge of that facility is on the phone with a Russian counterpart saying, okay, we're flying from here to there, and we're going to be conducting this mission. So they wanted to make sure that we didn't have Russians and Americans shooting at each other. So for this to have taken place would have implied that, A, the Russians were able to suddenly get intelligence, track this plane taking off, knowing that it had a nuclear device on board, and then shoot it down in territory that was really controlled by the United States. But more importantly than that, let's say, assuming that happened, that
maybe the United States tipped off Russia, because the United States don't want to get dragged into. If Israel would have dropped a nuke on Iran, as per the story they're telling, what would that have done to the United States? What he's saying is there's no way that they could have did that because that's United States airspace. Well, it was the United States that made up this lie, right? When the mission didn't go as planned, they made up a lie and then they pushed it on legacy media. All right, so you got you got to understand these guys that come on, the Scott Ritters and the Dougie this is McGregor. These guys are a controlled opposition too. There are things that they are told. They're told to go on these shows and be interviewed, right? And we're all watching the interview as though they're not controlled opposition. So when somebody like this, who should know better, right, starts explaining away. Who else did it? Scott Ritter explained this away too. Oh, that couldn't have happened because da 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 da. Well, what is it doing out there in the ether? It has to be considered, and you're explaining it, and how you're explaining it away, right, is with very little evidence and a whole lot of authority that you don't really even have anymore, right? Who is allowing you to go out and talk like this? Because if they don't want you saying certain things, motherfucker, they'll come and shut your ass down. Like Nate from IUIC over there, right? Who ain't using the name suddenly no more, and you're all paid up, right? They ain't touching you, all right? Like they did Comfy. But anyway, this guy, right? You sure are explaining this away. So these guys can't be trusted either. All right.
There's a live nuke somewhere on the ground in Syria or Iraq. Well,
right. Now, you know that was the first thing they did. So your little side story that's supposed to distract, it's not making any sense. If there was a live nuke on the ground, they would have went and grabbed it immediately, right? Listen to this guy. Come on, you got to do better than that. Come on, we got comprehension skills over here. Not that easy.
Assuming that happened, that means there's a live nuke somewhere on the ground in Syria
that doesn't make any sense.
Or Iraq. Well,
a nuke has to travel a certain distance. It has to be at a certain altitude. I don't know exactly what the ramifications are, but there are ramifications, if you will, as to what will actually allow the nuke to detonate, right? So it can't just, oh, we shot down the plane. Is the nuke going to go off? No, it has to go through a series of whatever it goes through, or it has to arm, it has to, there's certain things that must take place. It's a protocol. So how come he ain't bringing none of that up? But you just, there's a nuke laying on the ground somewhere. Come on, stupid. You know you're talking to the lay people, but we're not all stupid. All right? A nuke laying there. And they just left it there, and now somebody's going to go pick it up. Listen to the story he's telling. Come on.
There'll be a race to recover that if it's there.
Come on, you got to do better.
I've checked with one of my friends involved with the intelligence, and he just laughed because he's there would be some indication that that was spinning up to go down. But Pepe, he's not, he's reporting what he was told, and then he went out and got a second source who confirmed it. It doesn't mean that Pepe's wrong. He's just got bad sources. That could be it. And he's continuing. Huh?
I'll let you tell him that. But
I did.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. What about this report this morning? We're transitioning now to Ukraine.
We're not. Okay, so who is signing your check? Judge Andy here is giving you some money for the interview, but who sent you out there? Right? Who sent you out to speak and to say certain things that are favorable, right? He's saying some things that are not favorable, but when it comes to that, I haven't seen two people balk on it already, not even try to parse it out. So when you start denying out of hand, then there's a problem there. Anyway, we're going to end it right there. Well, let me see. Let me grab something. We got to get a Matthew, even though tomorrow is the day, is Wars and Rumors of War Tuesday. But this rumor right here, right? Not this one, but this one. Okay, this rumor has to be dealt with. Let's go to 6. Matthew 24:6 in the King James reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." NLT, threats. Was that a threat? That nuke on the plane? Absolutely. We got rumors, we got threats, we got reports. A report. Aramaic Bible in plain English. It is going to happen that you are going to hear battles and reports of war. Pepe reported what? Reported on the war. Reported what on the war? They shot down an F-35 with a fucking nuke on it. Was it a rumor? Was it a report? Was it a threat? A threat, go. Rumors, reports, threats, and news. Was it news? Barely, because people are barely hearing about this, right? The real attack. See, when you say that Bibi Netanyahu launched a couple of Target drones, right? Some Walmart drones, Harbor Freight drone, 3 Harbor Freight drones were used in the attack on Iran. And they shot them down. That's what they're trying to get you to believe. The same people conducting a genocide in everybody's face. No, they sent 3 Walmart drones and they got shot down, and that was it. Or, first thing they did was they strapped a nuke to an F-35 and they sent that motherfucker, but it got shot down. That sounds perfectly credible to me. All right? That is not a threat. It's a rumor, certainly. Rumors, threats, reports. It's definitely a report. All right? It's a report and it's a rumor. And we're going to find out. See, we're in the time, right, of everything coming to light. So we're going to find out what the hell really went on. It's coming out. And it's going to come out more and more. This guy, what's his name? Cornwall? Where's Kernell? See this guy right here. What's his name? See if I can find him in my list. Oh, this thing done froze up. G. Let's see. Kernell. This guy, who is a Cornwall from England. But see, he's on it. Go watch this guy. Total defeat. Israel has lost. Israel know they've lost. Houthis make history. This is months ago. Let's see. Let's go here. 1 day, 2 days. So check this guy out because he's doing some real reporting. Okay? He's doing real reporting, not biased or not slighted to one side or the other. So anyway, with that, we hope that the elect were edified. We will see you tomorrow on War and Rumors of War Tuesday, but that probably won't be the subject. We'll go around it because this, I mean, we'll see what happens between now and then. 'Cause we might have to do more rumors might come out. All right. So with that, we're gonna say shalom.